Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
And away we go for SQ1, so we're going to send both guys out here relatively early, although as you can see a lot of people have beat us out on track, but I think we should have a relatively clean run here for our first banker runs. It looks like we've had pretty good laps, as you can see, Piastri fastest of all. In Sector 2, we do have some upgrades on the car here this weekend. Lando goes up into P2. That means maybe a provisional pole time for Piastri, please?
And we are boxes lap.
P2, not bad.
Yeah, confirm.
Timer's up, fast laps will count. I think Daniel Ricciardo has been towed in the top 5, but can Esteban Ocon get himself out as well? It's going to be a yes provisionally up to P15. That now puts Magnussen, Albon, and Zhou in the drop zone as Bottas and Gasly will be out no matter what. Who will be next across the line? It looks like it's going to be Alexander Albon. So coming to the line now, will it be enough to get himself out of the bottom 5? That answer will be a no, yes. Last second up to 14th now, putting Nico Hülkenberg on the bubble. So now Magnussen, Zhou, and Hülkenberg fighting over that transfer spot. Let's very quickly go ahead and switch over to the Chinese driver. Can he get himself out of the bottom 5? No, that's Sauber not quick enough, and unfortunately for his home GP, he will be P20 now. It is just a battle between the Haas's of Hülkenberg and Magnussen. Will it be enough for the Dane to get out of the bottom 5? Yes, knocking Hülkenberg out. So Hülkenberg, Ocon, Bottas, Gasly, and Zhou Guanyu out in Q1. SQ1, I should say. Oh,
Red flag.
Oh, it's Sargent. Tickle me surprised.
I crash.
It's going to be P3 and
P3.
P4. Should be good enough.
P4.
Fingers crossed. Can Kevin Magnussen get himself out of the bottom 5? That's going to be a no, unfortunately for him. The Haas driver is out. Sonoda will be next across the line. Can the RB get himself out of the bottom 5? He can, just barely, knocking out Alexander Albon. This would be a huge shocker in qualifying if Charles Leclerc would be knocked out. Coming to the line now, can the Monegasque get himself out of the drop zone? That answer will most likely be a yes. There you go, up into P4. Now Ricciardo versus Lewis Hamilton for P10. Not quite good enough. So Sonoda, Ricciardo, Albon, and Logan Sargent out in SQ2. Looks like Hamilton and Perez want to go out early, but I think we're... Oh! Hamilton's into a wall. That's fucking crazy. Well, doesn't matter if you're Logan Sargent or Lewis Hamilton.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today.
So Perez crosses the line, 32.1. We'll see what the Ferraris do. 31.6 from Carlos Sainz and a 31.8 or 31.9 from Charles Leclerc. However, Lando Norris, can we at least get on the front row? Can we get close? P3 for Lando now. Switching over to Oscar Piastri. Can we jump ahead as Verstappen goes to the top? Usurping Carlos Sainz. Piastri only P6. Not the greatest effort of all time. Russell's already done. Lance Stroll has already finished. Alonso, the last driver to go. Can he jump us both? Only Russell and Stroll. So P4 and P6, not the end of the world. But, yeah, a bit of a weird qualifying session, to say the least.
It's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out and away we go. Welcome to Shanghai. So really good start there, I believe, from Oscar Piastri there in row 2 as we make our way down into turn number 1. So thankfully, hopefully jumping ahead of the Red Bull of Sergio Perez. I'm interested to see, did everybody go at the same set? They did. So mediums for everybody. Going to be a straight fight here this afternoon. Obviously, it went well for Lando Norris up until turn 1 in real life. Hopefully, it goes a little bit better here. We do have to do a little bit of tire management. So got to keep that in the back of our minds going forward here. But unfortunately, P6 and P4, let's see what happens. That was close.
What's happening with the shifts?
Wonder how many lines of dialogue they have of Lance Stroll complaining. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Up into P3 for Lando. I think we might just have a shot here as we're gonna go ahead and put him on super aggressive. Not quite gonna get there. Oh, Piastri with the dive bomb up the inside of Charles Leclerc rather.
I'm trying.
Perfect.
Mega.
Indeed. However, there has been an accident as we're going to go for the race lead around the outside. We might be able to get it. Logan Sargent spun again.
So
Sad eagle noises.
Now we're at turn 11 now. Whoa, and there it goes. In the end, just a helpless passenger.
We knew the start of this season wasn't going to be perfect, but I think we've kind of hit our stride. Lando Norris comes to the line now, and albeit it is just a sprint race, gets this weekend kicked off perfectly. Lando Norris wins the sprint here in China. Let's fucking go. And then we ran out of gas right across the line, so Sainz P2, Verstappen P3, Piastri comes home P4. A great day in the points for ourselves. We're in a great spot now into proper qualifying.
And well done, Lando. You really deserve that win. And the winner of today's sprint, Lando Norris.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.